everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I recently received this beautiful package from Rebecca over at the Art Spirts on Etsy. She makes handmade paints and she has sent me her brand new paints that she's developed. You'll know by the thumbnail already, I have no idea, but we are going to paint a picture using these, so I'm not just going to swatch them, I'm going to show you them and we're going to paint a picture with them. So if you order from Rebecca, this is how it comes in these beautiful boxes. There is a thank you sticker up here, and I have just popped it open to make sure that everything's okay. But this tissue paper, I mean, I know it's fine details that make it. I don't know if you can pick up on that. It's got a beautiful hummingbird on it, and they're so carefully packaged and wrapped. That tissue paper is just divine. Okay, so this is how it comes. Look at this. So you get Parma violets, and these, I love these. She puts these little sequins in these little tiny bottles. Sequins and glitter, look at that. And then of course, every artist, what's the word? I can't get my words out, but every artist you need this if you're a watercolourist. You've got to have a cup of tea next to you, of course away from your water pot. So I'm going to put those to one side like this, and then here's Rebecca's card. And I do look, here it is, look, she's just created this piece of artwork. Look at that sticker. Now, I was watching Rebecca's vlog, and of course I'll link her Etsy shop and her channel down below. And Rebecca painted this herself and has had these prints done, and I watched her on her vlog unwrap them, and she was so excited, and I'm not surprised. You can buy these on her shop. Isn't that incredible to think that she painted that herself? Isn't that lovely? It's gorgeous. And then there's stickers as well. So I will link all of this down below, but look at that. What an incredible piece of art. She's a very talented as well as lovely lady. Some notes about your new paints, and so this will be how to use them. And honey is used as the binder. Okay, I have never ever, with Rebecca's, here's her card, I will hold it up. With Rebecca's, I've never ever had any issues with the colours, the glitter coming off, ever. I have with some other Etsy paints, but never with Rebecca's. Oh, she sent me, now in her video she was in a dilemma of whether to put it in a silver tin or a white tin, and I absolutely loved the white tin that she put the paints in. So I'm thrilled that I got the white tin. Thank you, Rebecca. And the beautiful artwork on the front. And so here they are. Look how they come. So on the top of the tin you've got a little bit of watercolour card that she's cut out for you to do your swatch. But just look how beautiful they are. It's almost criminal to unwrap them. I'm going to keep that little butterfly because that's gorgeous. And the ladybird. So, and then she sent me 2 full pans of Star Gold and Glistening Darkness. I think I have a plan for this. So you can buy Rebecca's paints individually. This set here is £37, but each little paint is £6.25 and she ships free. So if like me, when I'm buying them, I just buy a colour that takes my fancy and just sort of build a little kit up. And they're quite affordable then to buy at £6.25 each. They last forever as well. Okay, so I don't want to unwrap them. They're just so beautiful. So let me do this Glistening Darkness, and then what I'll do is I'll come off camera and swatch them. I don't want to undo it. I don't like destroying the beautiful packaging. I'll go off camera and swatch them. I just want to show you what they look like inside, and then we'll paint a picture together. How about that? Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that beauty. Oh, look at that. You can just tell how gorgeous that's going to be. And on the side is the name, magnet on the bottom. You're not going to get much better than that. So that's Glistening Darkness. And then let's take one out of here. This is her shimmering set. This is her new, brand new set. Let me just get it back up. I want to get the title right. Yeah, hang on. So this is Blush Fragments. So these are her Fragments paints. I'll try and... So magnets on the bottom again. And then, oh my goodness, look. So that like iridescent, shiny goodness. Oh. Oh my goodness. I want to keep that butterfly, so I don't want to destroy that. Where can I put that? On the edge of my computer for now. This one's called Rainbow Fragments. So I've watched these, like I say, on her on her channel, and what she did was, as well as using them, look at that, as well as using them normally, she mixed them in with other paints. So that's, what have we got? So rose fragments, rainbow fragments, so there'll be blue fragments, green fragments, gold fragments, and I think it's violet fragments. Let's have a look. Yeah, violet fragments. So what I'm going to do is unpackage these so I can keep all the little tiny details, the little orange slice and the little gems. They might come in handy on a colouring page. And then I'll come back to you and show you the swatches, and we'll get to painting a page together. Alright my lovelies, see you in a sec. Okay, so I've had a bit of fun and made a lot of mess. Now I'm not sure that you're going to pick up in my lighting. I'm going to try and turn them round. I don't know if you'll pick that up. They're really, really beautifully subtle colours. So what I did was, I can see them and they're just stunning. If I hold them like that I can see it, but I don't know, I don't know if you can pick them up. So what I did was put them on some black 100% cotton watercolour paper. Look at these colours. It's like those Gansai Tambi ones, isn't it, that you can't see, and then all of a sudden there they are. This incredible intense colour. So we've got violet, blush, sapphire, emerald, which is the sapphire and the emerald are probably my favourite. I think they're gorgeous, absolutely incredible. And then rainbow and gold. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, so incredible. And then the two colours that she sent me here I got really, really excited about, which was Glistening Darkness and Star Gold. Look at these. Would you look at that? Oh, can you imagine that on a dark sky? Isn't that beautiful? It's like when you wash it out, it's like a Payne's grey with glitter in it. It's just stunning. And then here those two are on black paper. Look at that. Can you believe that gold? Look at it. So intense and no movement whatsoever. There's nothing. And you can see that on black paper. So be reassured that they do not smudge or move. So I had a bit of a plan, and I think, let me move this stuff out of the way. You'll know anyway, but let me tidy up my intense mess. I'm a very messy painter. I think I just get excited and carried away. Look at my new mat. It's going to need a good scrub. Okay, so I thought we could do a page in, if I can move everything over, into the Forest, which was one of the books that I was gifted for my birthday from my members, I do believe. And I thought we could have a go at, because I thought it might be fitting, if I can find the page, somewhere around here. Keep going, Lucy, keep going. There. I thought we could have a go at this bumblebee. Look, trying to move everything. Water pots and pencils, and I'm in the middle of doing a members page as well, so I've got pencils everywhere. Now I've got the camera stuck on the tripod. There we go. Okay. So it says on this that all you need is ivory black, yellow ochre and a little bit of raw umber. So it says that we're supposed to fill this upper body with ivory black and then use a paintbrush to remove some of the colour. Well, I'm going to do ivory black, that's fine, but I'm going to add that glistening darkness in. The wings then we can do with Rebecca's gold fragments, I think. Yes, let's go for it. Right, let me get my paints out. I'm going to use my Sennelier paints today, and I have got a silver black velvet size 8 brush. I might switch down to a more detailed brush afterwards. So we're just going to use black, yellow ochre and raw umber. So whatever paints you've got should work. So I've got some clean water, and what I'm going to do is take my ivory black, is what I've got in this set. I'm going to wet this first. So I'm just going to wet where I want the colour to go, so I can keep it there, get it to stay there. So we're going to have to be quite patient with this page. Can you see that shine on the paper? You don't want pools of water, but you do want a nice shine on the paper. Listen to me, I sound like I know what I'm doing. So I'm going straight in with a little bit of this ivory black, it's called in my set, and I'm going to paint that in. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to put Rebecca's glistening darkness in for the lighter areas. I just think it'll be amazing. So I'm going carefully around that wing, and because I've put that water there, it should, she says, should keep it in place so it doesn't just run everywhere. I want a little bit more intense black. And then we can just have a little bit of fun with like some background glistens and splatters and, you know, bits and bobs. Okay, so let's get that in there nice and dark, and then I'm going to switch to Rebecca's beautiful blue-grey colour for a little bit of a highlight on him. Okay, let's go for it. So let's get that beautiful glitter colour. Oh, it's just so lovely. It's really creamy and easy to use. So I've just put a little dollop of water on there, let it soak in, and then let's just add these together. Just sort of blend that in. So we can make that Rebecca's blue a bit more intense if we wanted it. But it will just give us that highlight spot that they're talking about. Instead of lifting paint off, I'm just adding a different colour. Look at that. Can you see that glitter already? Oh, it's going to look amazing. I get so excited about these things. So then it says, and let it dry completely. However, Lucy's going to go a little bit rogue. So I'm going to do the same thing on his stripe down here. So I'm going to wet where I want it to stay. Not soak it, but I'm just going to wet the paper. And then the theory being is that paint should stay within those lines. We can always do a little bit of tidy up afterwards. But, so where did I just go? Here, yeah, gosh. That could have been a bit of a disaster, couldn't it? And then we're going to use a fine brush later on to just add some fluff. Or we could use pencil just to add some fluff. But these two colours combined are just, I think, are going to look incredible. So you're going to have that matte black paint, and then it's going to merge with that highlight bit that we want of Rebecca's glistening paint. So I've begged Rebecca, I've asked her to make those, you know, them granulating paints that I brought. I've asked her to have a go at making those. I hope she does, because I really do feel like Rebecca's paints are unrivaled. I absolutely adore them. Look at that. And you can see, I don't know if you can in this lighting, I can't lift it for a minute, otherwise I'm going to spread it everywhere. But I've just messed that up. No, I haven't. Well, maybe. Oh, the stripes are different on mine. So, headphone wearers, I'm just going to dry it off. Now, if I tilt it now, can you see that? Look at that glitter. It's just stunning. So I might need to go back over again, but let's just get some colour down and just have fun. So I think now we need this, they've mixed, let me get a smaller brush. So it says that they've I don't know why they ask you to let it dry completely, because you've got to put the other stripes in, which is a bit weird. Add the bee's yellow stripes using yellow ochre with the same... Okay, alright, makes a lot of sense. Okay, yellow ochre. We're going to do yellow ochre and gold. Why not? So I've got some yellow ochre over here. And I'm switching to a silver black velvet size 4 brush, because this is a little bit more, a little bit tinier. So I'm going to go in, I'm shaking already. It's not nerves, that's this, I think it's my medication that does it. So we're going to get this yellow ochre colour. Got to be brave and put enough on my paintbrush would help. I'm doing it quite neat, quite intense, like that. So I will need to go back in, but I'm going to leave that edge there, and we're going to put some fluff in there. So whether I use pencil or not, or I'll try and use just paint, and we'll put yeah, yellow ochre here, because they've brought that black down. Let's get that intense colour in, and then while it's wet I'm going to drop in that intense gold, or maybe the gold fragments. Let's try that. Yeah, look at that. And then we've just got details to go. Okay, and they've got a cream bit on his butt on the picture, but I don't know whether I will do the cream bit. I might just be completely rogue and do my own thing and have a black butt. There we go. And then what are we going to do? The intense gold. Yes, let's do the intense gold, the star gold that Rebecca sent, and then we can use the glitter for the wings. So let's put some of this while it's wet. Let's drop that sparkly, beautiful gold in. Oh, this is such good fun. Thank you so much, Rebecca. She trusts me with her paints, and she's so talented herself. If you haven't seen her channel, like I say, I'll link it down below. I'm not worried about a little bit of bleed there. Let's get some more intense colour. Let's really load my brush up. Push out that ochre. We can leave this side being our highlight, being less, but look at that with that ochre, isn't that gorgeous? Sort of dancing around there, having a bit of a shimmer all of its own. That works so well with that yellow ochre. It's not too gold. Okay, So it's going to look a bit of a mess at the moment. I think watercolouring does go through that mucky stage. And we'll have the lamp black here. Just going to kind of drop that in there. Oh, it's not lamp black, it's ivory black. My apologies. There we go. And he's going to have a black bum. So, because I said so. And I'm going to put that glistening darkness on this side of his bum. I love it. I think that's gorgeous together, those two. What an amazing night sky that would make. Okay. So what it's telling me now I have to do is to fill in the head, leaving a gap around the eyes. So let's do that. Because the eyes are going to be black themselves. So I'm going to, like I said, we'll tidy up with details shortly when it's dry. So when I can go over that, I will. Okay, then I'm going to mix in the glistening darkness on the top of his head. Like this. And we're using that as our highlight. There we go. Okay, so rather than sitting and watch me fill in, all his legs have got to be black, and his antennae. So I'm going to do, oh, let's do one leg together. So I'm going to do the side nearest his body darkest. Let's do this one. Like that. These little tiny details here, I'm going to do them black. Like that. And then we're going to mix in Rebecca's paint on this side. There we go. So that's how I'm going to do his legs. So the bit nearest his body will be black, and then I'll drop in Rebecca's dark one. And then when I've done it and it's dry, we'll come back and meet up, because then we can do the wings. But I don't want to, I'll contaminate everything and it'll all start to run and merge and spoil if I try and do that now. So I'll meet you back here when he's got all his little black legs and we're ready for wings and detail. I'll see you in a second. Okay, here he is so far. I'm just trying to, let me lift him up so you can catch that. I hope you can pick up, there you go. Look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. So what I'm going to do now is taking some clean water, I'm going to wet his wing down. I'm saying his, I always say he. I'm going to wet the wing down, both wings actually. I'm going to try and avoid coming into that black because we can put some fuzz and stuff over that. I don't really want grey in his wings. And then what I'm going to do is take the yellow ochre, and I'm going to make a really watery mix of yellow ochre like this, so it's really light, and we're going to drop that in the wings. So it's just a really light version of it, just because I don't want to go completely rogue. The book did tell me to put this colour in for the wings, so I'll try and behave slightly. I'm finding more and more that when I do watercolour that I don't want to behave, I want to do my own thing. Okay, so while that's wet, I'm going to take Rebecca's gold fragments, which I've had soaking. So I'm just going to take, look at that, you can see it on the black brush, look at how gorgeous that is. and I'm going to streak that in over those wings, and hopefully you can pick up that intense, well, they're not intense, they're subtle, and that's the idea, they're beautiful. And then we can do the same on the background, I think. So I'm just going to take a little bit more water and just get that gold. I'm glad I chose the black brush because you can really see that gold on there. And they are absolutely perfect for that subtle shimmer when you can't use things like stickles and things like that on your pages. Or you don't, you don't always want intense shine. So, but look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That is incredible. Can you see that? I hope you can. So any shine you can see now is the look at that. Is the gold shimmer. Okay, so what we have to do now is detailing. And I'm going to take that number 6 brush again, and we're going to put some fuzz in. We're going to fuzz up our bumblebee. So I'm going to take, let's do the gold parts first. I'm going to take, I will behave and take the raw umber, if I can find it. Yeah, raw umber. I'll behave. So I'm just taking it straight off the palette, and I'm not mixing it. I'm just putting my brush straight in the raw umber. And I'm gonna use this brush and my shakes to its advantage, and I'm just gonna put some, I think that probably less is more in this case, but I'm just gonna give him some fuzz because he deserves a bit of fuzz. There we go. So you can paint over them. Look at that, isn't that cool? I hope you can see all this. Let me see if I can move you in without, there we go, without the camera misbehaving. Yeah, I'm just loving learning, and I don't think I'm ever going to be a professional watercolourist at all, but that's not the point. The point is, do we love it? And yes, I do. I absolutely adore colouring, watercolouring, and this is a new thing for me. I'm just really having so much pleasure doing it. And then, so we've got some fuzz. Let's keep going, because I quite like how this fuzz is coming out. So for once in my life, these shakes are advantageous. That's a good word for me. I'm just going to put, yeah, so we got a little bit of darker fuzz going on. We go a little bit up here, just fill in that gap. Okay. And then I'll think, because that'll dry lighter hopefully, what I'm going to do is, shall we fuzz up with some, let's fuzz him up with some, on his legs and things, with some of the ivory black. Okay, I need to be careful here. So, let's just put some fuzz in here, and we can use a pencil, I think, then maybe, or maybe we won't need to. Just give him a bit of fluff, bit of fluffage, and then just some tiny bits of fluff here and there. I'm just trying to be really delicate with the tip of this brush. Like that. I don't want to, I'm frightened of spoiling him. I think I'm just going to bring a hint out here and there. Just a hint of fluff on his legs, like that. So they look like little insect legs instead of just sticks. And because I'm not brave enough. Okay. And they've put some detail in on the wings. Oh, that's scary. Okay. We'll have some tiny fluffage coming out of here. And up here. Like that. And we need to make his eyes are very black. So I'm taking that black and carefully filling in around here. We can leave a little bit of white for the suggestion of light. Maybe not quite as big as... Oh, well, we'll be using a bit of pencil on that. Or maybe I can lift it out. Let's try. Let's see if I can lift it out. No. My hands are too shaky. Okay, so we'll do the other eye completely black. We'll put a bit of white pencil in. Then I'm going to take Rebecca's Glistening Darkness and just bring that round that eye a bit more. Because I know people that, you know, they use artists, that's what I'm trying to say, use gouache and, just fuzzing him up a bit, use gouache and acrylic for any sort of fine white details, but so we could try that. So he's got a bit of fuzz around his face. Let's get a bit more of the black. Just giving a bit more of a bit more fuzzy bumblebee look. Okay, what do we think? So I watched this incredible artist called Paul Clark on YouTube because she's amazing. So talented. And he says, stop fiddling. Which is what I try and tell myself, but... Okay, so while we're waiting and while I'm trying to get brave, let's drop in... let me get a clean brush. Let me get a bigger brush. So, these silver black velvets are incredibly expensive, but I got them on Amazon on like a deal. And I paid like hardly anything for them. I was so lucky. Let's drop in some very loose background. What colour should we have? Some blue. We can drop Rebecca's Sapphire in then. And some green. Okay, so let's drop in some, just some green. Let it kind of spread out. We can have a little bit of green. This is called brown pink, but it's like a... Ooh, the paper's not liking that much, is it? Just add some sort of colour to our bumblebee. It didn't like that amount of water, did it? Tough. Just having it. I want this sort of just sort of loose. This very loose, free background. Okay. Yeah, it's not happy about the amount of water I've put on there. So I'm going to take Rebecca's Emerald, which is this one, and I love it. You see that coming out on the brush, that green, and I'm going to drop that in. Over here, drag that colour about with it. More water. Just soften the edges around here. And then, see, I'm just playing, I'm going too far, I know, but I can't help it. And then up here, I hope those spots dry out. They're not very attractive looking, are they? Up here, I'm just going to take some cerulean blue and drop that in. Just so we've got a kind of blue-green, obviously. Lift that off. Yeah, it doesn't like it. It's not like, I think it's like, what do you call it? Is it cellulose paper? It's not enjoying all this water, unfortunately. That's a shame. But I'm enjoying all this water. We'll see how it dries. I'm going to drop some of that blue down here. And then I can put Rebecca's sapphire over this. Okay, let's try a bit of the sapphire. Yummy, look at that. I'm making a mess of my lovely paints. Okay, let's drop that in. Soften the edges with it. Just, yeah, gorgeousness. I think I'm overplaying it. I might have to just let it dry for a bit. And then we can do some detailing in the wings. That's still the sapphire I'm just enjoying. Okay, I'm going to let that dry because I think I've overdone the page. As you can see, it's gone a bit blotchy. So I'm going to dry that off and then we'll come back and put some detailing on the wings and see how it looks when it's dry. Alright, see you in a second. Okay, so the paper does not like being overly wet, but I haven't finished playing. So I'm taking forest green and my number 12 brush, and I'm just going to, because I tried to lift out some colour for the clouds, but it wouldn't let me. So yeah, so this paper is not going to allow us to play and do different like lifting techniques and things like that. So I'm just dropping in a suggestion of maybe a forest below that he's flying over. It's a shame because I was going to do some different things, but it's okay. It's really good to have been able to show off Rebecca's beautiful new paint set and have some fun in here. But I suppose I could put, I don't know whether it'll allow me or not, like if we got a little bit of sort of maybe a intenser blue like ultramarine, if we could put like the suggestion of some darker cloud in there maybe, or maybe I should just do what Paul Clark says and back the hell off. I don't know. Maybe I should just leave it, I think, because it's just not liking it. It doesn't like it at all. Okay, I'll have to put that. I'm going to even it up this side. I was hoping that I'd be able to cover up though, you know those paper blotches? But it's not liking it, so I think probably the best thing to do is to step away. So it won't lift. Normal like cotton watercolour paper would lift that up and you'd be able to have like a lovely pattern on there. But never mind, I'm quite pleased with how we've got so far. So I want to put some detailing in on the wings, so the veins of the bumblebee's wings, and we are dry. So I'm going to take a white Prisma and we're going to put the highlights on his little eye. Let me sharpen that a bit. Like this. So, still all wet. Try not to put your hand in your wet paint, it's not good. So I'm just going to give him a little highlight on his eye. And then I might just put some little bits of fluffage on his back. Like that. We can put some, I'll come back in. There we go. We'll put some on his little legs too. Just some little tiny strokes. Just to make him look like he's got a bit more fluff going on. There we go. A bit under here. Yeah, I'm sad about the background, but what can you do, people? What can you do with some fluffage on his eyes? On his head, rather, sorry. It's all just good practice, and I'm just learning, and just, the point is that I'm loving doing it, and that's the main thing, isn't it? So we've just got a bit of fluff going on there. Maybe a little bit on his butt. There we go. Okay, so leave it like that. And then I'm going to take the raw umber again with my number 4 brush, and I think I'm going to try and drop some veins in really carefully here. So, and the fact that I'm shaking is only just going to add to that. Look at that, that's a natural shake going on. So I'm just going to let it happen. And that'll dry later, hopefully. Okay. I might just, with a clean water, just sort of try and tone that down just a little bit. Okay, so I just want that suggestion in there of veins. Let my shakes work its magic. Okay, I want to lift out that extra thick one there. Will it let me? No. See, it just won't let you do the... I could wash it out. Hang on, folks. Playing. Let's take the big brush. The Beast. Take the Beast. No, leave him alone, Lucy. You're just wrecking it. Look, I've just dragged blue in there now. Okay. Well, that was my little bumblebee experiment with Rebecca's beautiful paints. And if we lift it to the light on that background, I hope you can oh, look at that. You can see the sapphire there glistening, and the emerald down in those trees glistening. And I'm no doubt I will find some rainbow somewhere to use my beautiful rainbow one and the other one. But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that this paper misbehaved. But there we have a little bumblebee, and yeah, I'm going to end up playing with this because this is going to really annoy me. It's going to go blotchy, so I'm going to have to leave it. I could go in with some white Prisma when it's dry and maybe just tidy it up a little bit. But yeah, there we go. Okay, so I couldn't leave him alone, and I couldn't leave you wondering what I'd done with him. So I went back over my forest, and I've put more and more watercolour on the sky, but the paper just really does not like it. So I'm going to take some Peebo Studios acrylic white. And we're going to I'm just going to, if I can get the lid off. Ooh, that's so satisfying. Peeling off dried acrylic. Oh, I'm just going to unscrew it because it's all dried up. This stuff is quite runny, quite messy. So I'm just going to use the lid what's in the lid. There we go, just splattered a bit more in the lid. So I'm just going to take an old brush, damp it down, not so it's soaking wet like it just was. Just damp it down, and then I'm going to put a little tiny bit on my brush. We're going to make some cloudage. And just sort out some of these areas that I don't like. Just going to clean off my brush, and then I'm just sort of going to stipple it in there. Just need something. And because it's not going to allow me to give any more water, and like my usual technique of lifting it off, it won't let me do it. So we're going to put in acrylic, which, if it's good enough for Paul Clark, who's incredible, then it's good enough for me. And then we're just going to soften that out with just clean water, and just try and there we go. It's not what I intended, but the picture, but I'm super pleased with how Rebecca's paints have responded. It's just the paper is obviously didn't want all this background and stuff on there. It's just meant for practicing watercolour pictures. So lesson learned. I will just practice in this book and not try to use so much water. Just smooth those out a little bit. What do we think? Does that look better? I think we need a little bit of one, maybe up here. There we go. And I'm just having fun now, so I'm just playing again. Okay. Join those two together maybe, couldn't we? Make one fluffy cloud. Like that. Yeah, there's no way I could have just left it. It was driving me mad. Oh, and I put some more black on his body to make him look a little bit rounder. Because their picture is very round and mine isn't. It's very rotund, their bumblebee, and mine wasn't. So I wanted a rotund bumblebee. Okay, so a bit more water, and then let's just... And because I'm scrubbing, that will help to sort of reactivate that, hopefully, that water colour. And just give us a nice sort of soft edge into that watercolour. See, the paper's just not, it's not going to have any more, it's not liking it. So it's going to have just a little white touch of acrylic there. Okay. There we go. And I think I'm just going to take my put the lid back on that before I splatter everywhere. I'm just going to take my white Posca and just, I'm going to put some little bits of white. I can take that messy vein. I don't want to cover up Rebecca's beautiful sparkles, but anyway, Here's my deranged bumblebee. I'm happier than I was. I love the glitz, and oh, I hope you can see that. Can we get it? You can see that beautiful. Look at all that on the wings. There we go. Oh, and he's still even on the green. Look. I don't know if I've washed the sky out too much. Probably. I've put so much over it. But there we are. I knew I had to pop back on and just show you that I couldn't leave him alone. He was driving me mad. So I rounded his body off, put some more with more black, and I covered up, like the wings were coming into his body. So I covered those up just to try and make him look a little bit more rounded, a little bit fuller. So I'm going to leave him alone now, I think. I hope you've enjoyed it. Now you'll go back to me saying goodbye. Alright, thanks guys. So I'm filming my outro again, just because I wanted this image to be our finished piece. And once again, I want to say a massive thank you to Rebecca for sending such a beautiful set. Her, oh gosh, what are they called? Oh, my brain. Fragments set, gosh, sorry. And the 2 other colours that she sent. I will list them, I will link her channel and her Etsy shop down below for you so that you can, like I say, if you, I don't know if you can pick those up, I'm trying really hard, but it's so hard in my lighting, which is why I did them on those. But yeah, you don't have to have the whole set, you can go in and get individual ones. I mean, good grief, I just absolutely adore them. And what's lovely about them is because they're so subtle, let's move these, that we can add them to normal watercolours and you just get that beautiful, beautiful sparkle and just a little bit of interest. So, yeah. So I am now finally going to say goodbye to my deranged bumblebee episode. Alright guys, I'm going to let you go. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you for joining me and helping me along with my deranged bumblebee. And yeah, so until we meet again in the very near future, take really good care of yourselves. Lots of love to you all. Bye.